Here's a follow-up video to my initial review of this Manfrotto spinner suitcase for camera gear. I'm gonna link the previous video where I gave my initial thoughts and I walked through the entire suitcase in a link below. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about my experiences using this bag, this suitcase, and then show you how much stuff I was able to fit in, because I have just returned from a documentary shoot, a week-long documentary shoot, and I used this bag, this suitcase right here. I took a Delta Airlines, domestic Delta Airlines in America, and this was able to fit in the overhead bin of a domestic Delta Airlines flight. This weighs between 35 and 40 pounds. Going through on the airplane, this was a great size. It fit through the aisleways. It was no problems going through the airport. And now I'm gonna open it up and show you all the contents that I was able to stuff in here. Here I had a separate bag of all of my hard drives and some cables. In all my bags and suitcases, I have these Apple AirTags because I'm an Apple user. Always want to track and tag your luggage. And that's all I had in this compartment here. I could have slipped in a laptop, but I had a second bag, a backpack where I kept my laptop. This zipper right here just opens up into this part of the bag, so it's not really for storage. So I put stuff in this clear area. Here's where I put all the SD cards, my media. One of the things I don't like about this bag is that these zippers open, they go down instead of up. If they opened up, then it would be easier for things not to just pop out. See, when you open up the case like this and you open up the zipper, everything just falls out. But if the zippers were reversed and it zipped up, when you zip down, none of this stuff would fall out with gravity. I wish they would have just reversed the zippers. And up here in this section, I just bought these Hollyland transmitters, these 4K transmitters. I'll do a future review of it, but I only brought one because these link to iPads, iPhones, Androids with an app, and it's very, very good. So I didn't need to bring another receiver. I just brought the transmitter. And here I have a monitor. This is the Hollyland monitor. I could have used this to receive from the transmitter, but I used this for another camera because I was doing a multi-camera documentary shoot. Main compartment, again, the selling point of this whole bag is that this inner shell can come out and be removed, and you can use the rest of the suitcase as a regular suitcase to pack clothes or longer tripods if you want, and have two. So in the case of you needed more space when you're traveling, you can remove this and it could be its own carry-on because it has handles. And then this could be a suitcase. That's why I like this type of camera suitcase combo. Look at all of the stuff I was able to fit in here. So here's some extra tape for my wireless microphones, lav systems. Here's some lavs, miscellaneous cables. More miscellaneous cables, accessories for my lav mics. This is the DJI Pocket 3, the whole kit, the combo kit. It's able to slip it in up there. Here's a Sennheiser MK200 microphone, and here's a Sennheiser MK400. Those were my two shotgun microphones that I had on the cameras, but I also have an extension where I could use this as an off-camera boom. Some gaff tape, just a little bit. When it comes to batteries, the highest capacity size, I believe, is a 99 watt hour, something around there. And all the batteries you have to bring carry-on. You cannot check in any of these big batteries. I think that includes bigger laptop batteries as well. The Delta Airlines, they actually had another rule on top of that you had to check in all the batteries. They wanted you to have the batteries on you or underneath the seat. They don't really check this, they just tell you to do it. So I had all these on the overhead bin, but at least with Delta, they wanted all of these lithium batteries on you while you're flying. So here are some of the Sony NP batteries that I carried. I had a bit of them because I had accessories that used the Sony batteries. I have more Sony batteries here, little small rig clamp. 2 more Sony batteries. These ones have battery indicators, and then they also accept USB, or they output USB power, and these can be charged by USB. Filter kit, Peak Design strap, and here is a CF Express and SD card reader. This is one of my favorite readers, the Pro Grade, really fast. V-mount batteries, these are the 99 watt hour mini batteries. I have different brands. This is from Momin. Then I have 2 small rig batteries. Here are the 2 small rig 99s. They look the same, but they're a little bit different models. And what I do with these batteries is that since they both have not only DTAP, but they have USB-C in-out power delivery, I was able to power my cameras with the USB-C output of both of these batteries. My main camera is the S5 IIX full frame, and I have this in a tilt-a-half cage, or at least this one. And then I have another one that's not in this. I couldn't fit in this case. And then I have the new Panasonic GH7. I have a lot of micro four thirds lenses. That's why I got the GH7. And the GH7 and the S5 II and 2X, they intercut pretty well. So I was doing multicam with 2 of these and 1 of these, and they seem to be intercut very well. They take the same battery, and yeah, they work in the same ecosystem. Here are the 2 micro four thirds lenses that I brought. These are the first generation, 12 to 35 2.8 and 35 to 100 2.8. This covers pretty much everything I need except for extreme wide angles. USB-C cable, those are all of those compartments. Here are these extra batteries for the Panasonic cameras. I have about 6 of them, and they last pretty long. They go about 90 minutes of runtime, or maybe a little less depending on what setting I'm at. Here's some more audio lav mics. Here's a new lens that I have gotten recently. This is the 70 to 300 zoom. And I got this because when I'm shooting interviews for full frame cameras, it's hard to get, when you're at a distance, to get really close to the subject. When I want just on their face, but I want to be really far from them, because a lot of people who, when you do documentaries, they're not used to having a camera lens right up into their face. So what I like to do is I like to be at a very far distance and shoot zoomed in, and so that way I have enough space. I give the subject matter enough space where they don't feel intimidated as much with the lens right up into their face. So I like longer telephoto zooms when I'm shooting documentary interviews now. And this one, there's not a lot of options, and this is one of the ones that are very affordable. It does get a little soft depending on the aperture, and it is not really meant for indoors, it's meant for outdoors, because it does stop down to a 5.6 when you're all the way zoomed to 300. So what I tend to do is I just keep it at 5.6, and then when I zoom, there is a little bit of stepping, but it's not as drastic. So it's able to keep a consistent f-stop at 5.6. Here are the other lenses I brought. I did a review of these 2 before. These are the Sigma. This is a 16 to 28 2.8 and a 28 to 70 2.8. These are really good for also documentary interviews, and I love this for wide angle shots. Here's the Rode Wireless Go, Rode Wireless Pro. Rode Wireless Pro. This is what I was doing all my audio with for the when I miking the Talent. I have a whole other video where I had issues with the included lav mics in the combo kit. I'll link below because I was shooting another documentary in Japan where I had a really big issue. And if you want to hear that issue, I'll link that video below. But this is good, you know, with the right mics and as long as you know the equipment. Now this is my go-to for a lot of documentary work where I'm up close, and this wireless signal is good enough. When I have a really mission critical type of microphone setup that I need, whether it's usually when it's a live venue, a conference, something like that, I would not use this type of system. I would use a radio mics. And that's all of the gear that I was able to fit into this suitcase. So far, this has been pretty good replacement to the Low Pro that if you watch that other video that I'll link below, that I compared this to. And this is now going to be my go-to camera bag when I'm on an airplane and I need something to carry on with me.